The case for one theory surrounding the Scarlet Witch's origins just got a lot more compelling 10 years after she debuted in the MCU. Although the MCU's Wanda Maximoff is ostensibly dead after Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness saw her sacrifice herself when destroying the Darkhold, there is plenty of compelling evidence portending her return in a future MCU installment. Not only does she have a prophecy to fulfill, after all, but the return of the Scarlet Witch could finally afford her a more satisfying redemption while making up for Wanda's torturous experiences. Her return could also readdress the nature of Wanda and Pietro Maximoff's powers, which were initially established in Avengers: Age of Ultron as deriving entirely from the Mind Stone. This flies in the face of their comic book origins where they were first established as mutants. After the MCU started edging towards these more comic-accurate origins in WandaVision, recent developments have further diminished the involvement of the Mind Stone in the genesis of their powers, especially in the case of Pietro Maximoff. Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver's origins never made sense. The MCU tiptoed around the idea of a mutant gene. The tragedy plaguing Wanda's MCU timeline was established from the jump. She was first unveiled alongside her brother, Pietro Maximoff, as a test subject for HYDRA before debuting in earnest in Avengers: Age of Ultron, where Pietro Maximoff was killed. This movie also elaborated on the twins' powers, establishing that they were granted by the Mind Stone housed in Loki's scepter after being subjected to Hydra's Miracles program. It was later revealed that Sokovian people exhibited appropriate genetic markers for these experiments, yet Wanda and Pietro were the only survivors. In 2015, this change to their comic book origins was made because Fox owned the rights to Marvel's mutant contingent, preventing the MCU from even referencing the existence of mutant kind. Yet the fact that Wanda and Pietro were somehow a cut above the rest of their fellow Sokovians smacks of X genes. WandaVision would double down on this hint by stating that the Mind Stone amplified Wanda's latent powers, which she also seemed to use at a very young age before encountering the Mind Stone. The Scarlet Witch prophecy also suggests that Wanda's powers preceded any outside influence. The involvement of an Infinity Stone in Wanda's destiny to destroy or rule the cosmos was never mentioned, nor would it make much sense. Quicksilver's power of superspeed, meanwhile, is difficult to connect to the power of the Mind Stone and its decidedly more cerebral nature. Instead, the Mind Stone may have had very little to do with the twins gaining their powers, which are more likely to be due to Wanda's inherent abilities. MCU theory suggests Scarlet Witch gave her brother powers. Scarlet Witch has bestowed superpowers on other characters. WandaVision revealed that Wanda's reality warping powers may have first manifested in her youth when defending herself and Pietro from a Stark Industries bomb. Pietro was not seen exhibiting any super speed, however, which certainly would have been helpful in the situation. Considering the Mind Stone supposedly amplified latent powers in the twins, it would have made sense for Quicksilver to exhibit a fraction of this power in the past like Wanda, though this seemingly didn't happen. The theory that suggests Wanda gave Pietro his powers is more consistent with the evidence seen since Wanda's debut. Whether consciously or not, Wanda can manipulate reality, and her magic is responsible for giving powers to her twin children and Monica Rambeau. The fact that Tommy gained super speed is further evidence that she can specifically grant this ability, bolstering the idea that she gave Pietro the same powers. She is also responsible for willing Billy Maximoff into existence, whose similar powers now lend further credence to this theory. Agatha all along makes Scarlet Witch giving Pietro his powers more compelling. Billy Maximoff's existence helped prove Scarlet Witch's ability. Agatha all along confirmed after years of speculation that Joe Locke's team was Billy Maximoff all along. After his powers and identity were revealed, Lilia Calderou suggested in episode 7 that he had that ability to turn all of his goals into reality. This was vindicated by the revelation that the Witches' Road and the trials that killed 2 witches, and 1 innocent, were entirely Billy's creation. It also sounds a lot like Wanda's chaos magic after she created the Westview anomaly. Notably, it's established that Billy warps reality on a fundamental level, and not as part of any illusions. The fact that Billy Maximoff, another manifestation of Wanda's magic within the Hex, could persist with powers outside its confines is further evidence of Wanda's ability to manifest superpowers in other people. Needless to say, the implications of this power are hard to fathom, as she can quite feasibly herald a new generation of superheroes whose powers derive from the Scarlet Witch. With the MCU on the precipice of spotlighting its new generation of mutants, it's exciting to think that this might be a concept that the MCU is about to delve into.